Hey, it's the Homie Sweets. I'm back with another video, and today this topic is about feeling stuck. Lately, I have been feeling stuck, and I kind of wanted to share my experience with you, what I've done to try to overcome it, and my process and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's get into this video. More often than we think, we have this unsettling feeling in the back of our hearts, leading our minds to interpret that feeling as feeling behind, unmotivated, sluggish, and overall unsatisfied. Now, me personally, when I get this feeling, I try to satisfy it by any means necessary, whether it's eating constantly or overindulging in sleep. Others may overindulge in sex, drugs, and people, but whatever your vice is, it doesn't matter because the root cause is still the same: dissatisfaction. Have you put any thought to why you're feeling this way? Is it because you're not where you thought you'd be? Or do you not know your worth because subconsciously you put yourself down and compare yourself to everyone? And somehow you always place yourself at the bottom of the totem pole? Ultimately, there can be over a million reasons why you feel stuck. And I just hope that this conversation can help you get some form of movement to who you want to be or where you want to go. And today I'll be sharing with you why I feel stuck, along with the things that have helped me overcome this feeling. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep watching. You probably won't regret it. Don't regret anything, man. Life's too short for that shit. Everyone has their own journey, and none are exactly the same. And no matter where you are in your journey, I believe that everyone can benefit from journaling. I started journaling at the beginning of 2021, and I'm so deep into it that I don't think I'll ever stop. Now, disclaimer, I don't journal every day, and I don't journal every week, but I do journal when I feel called to do so, and if it so happens that it happens consecutively, that's pretty much fine by me. But at the very least, I recommend that you journal at least twice a month. Once at the beginning of the month and the other at the end. This way you can track your growth and hold yourself accountable to any goals or any changes or any problems that you have. You can have that record of you overcoming it. So I have a challenge for you guys. And I really want you guys to be very honest with yourself when you answer these questions that I have for you. So the first question that I have is, what do you desire? What is your ideal life/lifestyle? And how would you feel if 3 months from now you were in the exact same place that you are right now? So you've been stuck for 3 months. How would that make you feel? You know, would you feel like shit? So just be honest with yourself and take your time answering these questions. And my last question for you guys is, are you living a life that's just expected of you? And I really want you guys to take your time and answer them and be as honest, and it can be as long, preferably long, as you want. You have one or two things to get you moving in the direction of your desires or ideal life. For example, when thinking about myself, one of the things that I had on my list and the way that I kind of created my plan was I thought of myself as a video game character, meaning I have full capabilities of recreating myself or empowering myself or just leveling myself up in a sense. And what I wanted to level up on, actually, I can probably look at one of my journals and we can look at it together. How about that? So this is what my list looks like. And as you can see, I wrote it in April 23rd. And I broke it down into 4 categories. And the overall topic is my ideal self. Now, my ideal self in this scenario, or what I wrote down, is easily achievable. It's something that I can achieve in the next 6 months or to the end of the year, basically. Or give yourself a year or 6 months. Give yourself a time limit, because it makes it more real to accomplish, I feel like. And I have broke it down into 4 categories. Number 1, physical attributes. 2, mental attributes. 3, spiritual attributes. And 4, my interests for the present or future. Now, with my physical attributes, there's something that I can easily attain with hard work and dedication and consistency. So for me, I had weighing 160 pounds, having a muscular build, and a toned stomach. Now, I've been working on this for quite some time, so I'm almost there actually, so, hey. And for mental attributes, I have not being scared of the unknown. I feel like it's kind of like we never know what's coming tomorrow, but like sometimes I can get in my head and I don't want to be in my head about it. And next is not to be easily distracted. Third is to not give a fuck about what other people think of me. I wrote this in a much nicer term. I said, don't care about the other people's perceptions. And I don't want to judge others. And that's my 4th one, actually, to not judge others. Because when we're judging others, we're basically judging ourselves. So if I don't judge myself, I don't judge others. If I don't judge others, I don't judge myself. That's key for me. My 3rd category, spiritual attributes, I wrote down to be at peace with myself during conflicts, to meditate easily, be more connected with myself, and to be in tune with nature. Now for my interest, I wrote down the things that I had interest in either currently or maybe in the past when I was a kid, or they're just things that I liked and may have already started but just put down. So in my case, I wrote self-defense, I wrote about the stars and the moon. I like the stars and the moon, if you didn't know. And gardening, creating almond milk, making new recipes or trying them out, skateboarding, and video games. Once again, I'll show you it. It doesn't have to look like mine. This is just how I did mine. Everybody's their own, so go crazy with it. Be creative. Just keep in mind that you want these things to be attainable in the next 6 months. So you don't have to write down. Maybe it is easier if you start broad, so like what you want in the next 3 years, and then shrink it down to be whatever you want, or make it more attainable for you to achieve it in the next 6 months. How about that? Sounds good? I know it does. And I look forward for you to doing this. And then once you wrote down your whole list, pick 2 things out of whatever, it doesn't matter what attribute category, just 2 things that you would like to focus on. For me, I chose to focus on, I'm more of an overachiever. I have a lot of extra time on my hands, so I do more than 2 at a time, but I recommend doing 2 at a time, especially if you have a 9 to 5 and more responsibilities than I am. I know that I don't have too many responsibilities, and I'm grateful for that, but don't try to compare yourself to me. My life is different than yours, or yours might be similar, so maybe we can grind out this together. But most cases, your life is different than mine, so just pick 2 at a time, and it doesn't matter which, and focus on those 2 and create a plan of how you can work towards getting to that goal. of those two, or one that you've chose. Now, let's get into why I've personally been feeling stuck. As you guys know, I moved across the country and I drove over here and I live in Central Coast, California. So like I'm in the middle of California, it's cool, yeah. But I've just been kind of hard on myself, really. It's just I've done all I can, or I'm doing all that I can, and I'm just not where I want to be. I'm just not moving as fast as I hope I would be moving, which completely understandable, if you know me. And that's okay, because things take time. It's like the wheel of fortune of life has to spin and land on something, and then whatever it land on has to come to me eventually. But you know, I don't know how long it takes for it to come to me. So like, I don't know. My main concern or worry was just having cash flow or getting a job. So I'm just like wondering, where the fuck is my job? Because I'm applying everywhere, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels like I'm not doing enough. And then also, you know, I have that time of the month, that cycle, that kind of like amplifies that. So it's just like, I'm just dealing with it. And what I've done to like help me combat this is just challenging myself. So for you, creating this plan or this guide will be your challenge, but for me, my personal challenge for this course of time, this thing that I'm doing, I don't know. Like I already have this. Like I already have this challenge. I'm already doing it. I'm constantly going to be doing this. That challenge is kind of like my daily. Now I need a new challenge because I just need something to occupy my mind and make me feel productive, but also that continues to build me up in the direction of where I need to go or where I want to be, or the person that I am trying to become. You know? Because like, I'm not going to be a millionaire by just sitting on my ass, you know? And so for me, my challenge was to work out 5 times a week. 5 times a week, wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm doing a cut, so like I'm counting calories. I never thought I would say that, but I'm counting calories, and I'm in a calorie deficit right now, so I'm doing a cut. What else am I doing? I don't know what else I'm doing. I think that's it. And it's just from now to September 4th. And hopefully I'll look really good by my birthday, you know? I'll take some pictures. Maybe I'll post them. I haven't been on social media like besides YouTube, like I haven't been on social media. I haven't been active or posting on that. So maybe I'll post, make sure that people know I'm not dead. But I just create challenges when I'm feeling down because, I don't know, life can get kind of boring if you're doing the same thing over and over again. So I might as well spice it up with a little spice, little action, some challenges. Next, what also has helped me is just being okay with not doing anything. Just sometimes I'll just go outside and I'll sit outside and I'll just stare off to blank space